If you donate less than 10,000 bits, then leave.
What's the far headshots, Mum? Who are you? What are you doing in school?
I'm sus.
Please clip that. Oh, I'm insane.
Yeah! Oh, God!
Oh, I'm actually insane. That thing is basically you're talking bare shit. Like, you're telling lies, you're gassing yourself up to something that ain't true, or you're just basically talking shit.
Good morning, everybody. It is your bearded American numbskull looking fresh as fuck with my new Elgato face cam, thanks to Dansky. Also, you know I'm here with my boy Dansky. Dansky, how you doing, Habibi?
Wagwan.
Welcome back from vacation.
Yes. I'm never getting that drunk ever again. Like, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It depends if TwitchCon EU happens.
Oh my god. I can only hope, dude. I can only hope that it happens because I've never been to Europe. The only time I've been out of the country was for my honeymoon, and that was to Jamaica. I've never been to Europe. I've never been anywhere besides Jamaica out of the country. I haven't even been to Mexico or Canada.
I mean, I can easily send you 600 next month. I'm like, yo,
come on,
sunshine.
See, but the thing I was looking at flights, and they're pretty expensive right now. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. If TwitchCon EU happens, we'll see where all financials are at and figure it out then. But welcome to the Gassin Init podcast, where we sit here and we talk about stuff. We had PTSG fill in for Dansky last week while he was out on holiday.
Big up my boy PTSG.
Right, coming through in the clutch.
Well, I just wanna, correct one thing. Tyler knows what I'm gonna say.
I do.
I did not make out with my dog. I was drunk. He was excited because I was gone for a couple of hours. Came back and he started licking me all over and rubbing his head against me. If anyone has a dog, they know what I'm on about.
Yes, I can confirm, but it looked like you were tonguing your dog, and PTSD said that, not me. I did not say that. Dansky's back from vacation. The GIPT rolls again. But yeah, big shout out to PTSG for coming through and filling in and doing a great job, by the way. That man can talk, and
yes, he did.
He's always a joy to have it.
I was listening to it in a car ride home. Yeah, he did a good job. He
did a bang up job, and I appreciate.
Only thing is though, his mic was a little low.
And that's on me. I didn't have him high enough in Discord, and we were already so deep, and I was like, shit. So I tried to. The only problem is when I went to go edit it, is his vocals and my vocals were on the same track. So even though I pushed the gain up to a substantial level, like plus 10 decibels, he was still really low, and that's podcasting growing pains.
Well, that's actually a really good segue into what today's topic is.
Yeah, actually.
Tyler, what are we talking about today?
We're talking all things fucking tech and nerd and Twitch, because we're on about it again. Well, not even just Twitch. YouTube, content creation, all your tech shit that just gets grouped into one, and what we've experienced between our streaming experiences and hardware and software and everything that we've come across.
Audio issues. Yeah, I know.
Fucking audio issues with me. I swear to you.
3 times I had to fix PTSD's audio.
I still have audio issues to this day with 2 PCs. It happened.
The third time, what caused it is Elgato.
Yes.
Elgato locked up his audio. So that was fun.
Uh-oh. My headset's dying, and everything's plugged in right now.
Oh, that's an oof.
Well, I guess we're unplugging my mouse.
Yeah, you don't need your mouse for at least 2 hours.
All right. No, like an hour. You think we're going for 2 hours? You're mental.
Oh yeah, of course. 2 hours.
We'll see how far we go in half an hour. But first things first, I guess we'll talk about webcams since obviously I'm looking fresh and clear and fucking way prettier than that C922 Pro, which don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We'll talk about webcams right here. I started out on a like $20 Logitech webcam, and it was like a C720.
So you see in my webcam how I've got that light over there?
Yes, it drowns you out a lot. Like you have this like aura of light behind you.
Well, here's where this is why we're talking about tech. Because see my phone?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and see.
You know what? Fuck it. We're going techie.
We're going techie. I'm jealous.
RGB, look.
If you're a gamer and don't have everything RGB, are you really a gamer?
See, I'm sad because my PC's right next to me, yeah?
I could see the reflection in your refrigerator.
Yes, yes. But because I have a 3070 Gaming X Trio, for those people who don't know what a Trio means, a Trio is of 3 fans.
Mm-hmm.
My fucking case doesn't support 3-fan GPUs.
Oof. Fucking oof.
So, what I did to fit it in, I took out my middle fan. And I wish I didn't, because now my RGB's broken my PC.
Oof.
The only things that are RGB is my graphics card and my RAM. I'm big sad. Very big sad. But normally I'd be like this, but you know, unlike Tyler's beautiful webcam, I'm using a shitty fucking Logitech Brio 4K. It has a shitty low light sensor.
I am happy with this. But no, I think one of my first I was like, I'm trying to use my mouse right now. I just unplugged it. One of my first ones was literally like okay, let's go back. Before that, way back when I was way back before, like when I started doing YouTube, geez, that got really bright really quick.
Yeah, I just swapped webcams.
I used a built-in webcam on a like Dell XPS laptop. And I would like transfer over the files, and that was kind of crappy. And I don't think I have any videos up still on my YouTube of that. I think I one day just mass deleted all my YouTube videos in a fit of fuck this shit, I'm starting over. But then I
also one thing, hopefully Tyler gets his shit together and makes a Gassin Init YouTube channel so we can start uploading to there. Tyler, get your shit together and get that done.
No promises. Oh. But no, so I think it was like a I want to say C270, but I doubt that I'm right.
Yes, I had one of those. That was my first webcam, and it was £20 off Amazon.
Yes,
it was a shitty 720p webcam.
Yep, a C270. Yes, that is, and it's a Logitech, and it was like like Jansky said, he said 20p, but it was like 20 to 30 American dollars, and it's like HD webcam, and it was like 720p, like he said. It was bad.
It couldn't even do 60.
Yeah, it was like 720 30, if that.
Yeah,
730 25 frames a second.
So the topics we're going to talk about today are tech. So Linus Tech Tips, be gone. Welcome to Gassin Init Tech Tips.
The GIPTT.
Yes.
Gassin Init Podcast Tech Tip. No, so
we're gonna be going over GPUs and what's going on with that. CPUs, fucking NVIDIA, AMD, Intel,
microphones,
Logitech.
ring lights.
We're gonna be going over everything.
Microphones, interfaces, mice, keyboards, mixers, stream decks, cam links, capture cards, monitors, mouse pads, gaming chair. That doesn't. Wait, does a gaming chair count as tech?
No, there's no tech in it.
But there's Gassin in it.
Hey.
No, so since we're already on webcams, we're gonna kind of cover them. And this, so like now the standard and the webcams have gotten substantially cheaper thanks to COVID because everybody and their mother was on Zoom calls and video calls, so they decided, hey, let's have every company just start pushing out fucking webcams because we can. Because I remember when that was like the height of everything, the Logitech Brio was like the hardest fucking thing to find because everyone thought they needed the biggest and the best just to fucking Zoom call.
insert the meme here. Hey, you know the meme where it goes, "Mom, I need a 3080 Ti, this, that, and the other, just for schoolwork in Zoom." And it's like full RGB. You know, if you know what meme I'm on about, insert it right now on screen, right here.
I'll have to have you send it to me because I'm not that good at looking for memes. But yeah, so the pandemic kind of forced a lot of companies, well, not forced them, kind of the same way companies were like, let's make masks and sanitizers. Companies were like, let's make fucking webcams. So there are a lot of webcams out there, and we're here to kind of differentiate what you want and what you don't want in a webcam and kind of give you our personal experiences when it came to webcams. So if you're looking to spend like bottom of the barrel, we got you.
Yeah, or if you're looking for that fucking highest end, we got you. There's going to be a webcam in here for every budget.
Everybody. And of course,
from $30 to $6,500.
If you can find a $6,500 webcam, I will.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I know one. Trust me.
You need to drop me that link then. So we'll help you out from our personal experiences, from going to shitty C270s all the way up to beautiful Elgato face cams and Logitech Brios. Because I don't know about you, but if you're watching this on YouTube, I look gorgeous. And I did not look that gorgeous with the C922 Pro, which is a streaming webcam made by Logitech. Which
you shouldn't say one of your stream clips with your webcam as a comparison from.
Oh yeah, no, and there's gonna be a TikTok of like, oh yeah, fucking way different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even still,
it's like getting plastic surgery without getting the plastic surgery.
Oh my god, yeah, like the fucking facelift right now. Just not only that, but like the HD, and like I'm pretty fucking smooth. Like this is definitely a lot smoother of a frame rate and everything than my C922 Pro. Which, don't get me wrong, the C922 Pro was fantastic and it held its work for years, and it still works. It's just, you know, it was getting grainy and hard to deal with, and I was getting pissed.
Yes. Compared to the C920, compared to like a GoPro, the Elgato face cam, which is Tyler's using, and looks gorgeous.
It does.
The Logitech Brio.
Like it's even picking up like my chest hair. Like, look at my chest hair.
It's don't get me wrong, it's still a good budget-friendly
webcam. Which it only runs like $60 for the $60 to $70 American dollars for the C922 Pro,
and around about £100 on Amazon if price has been inflated on it.
Yeah, so never think when you go into streaming that you need the best and the top gear to start with.
Yep. Like I started on a £300 PC, so around about $400 PC, and funny thing is I still have that PC and it performs better than a PS5. Like, just let that sink in. It has an i5 2320, GTX 1050 and 16GB RAM DDR3.
Yep.
And it runs better than a fucking PS5. I get 100 FPS on Warzone. Granted, that's with some like high mileage overclocking going on, but you know, we'll go over overclocking down the line.
Yeah.
Right, so you don't need the best of the best to start.
No, and
for one, you're bottom at barrel. This is gonna sound harsh, but no one's gonna fucking notice shit first.
Yeah.
You only really get noticed until you hit affiliate.
Right, and then don't think that like people are like, oh, if the quality's better, it'll draw people in. Not really. It's the quality of your content, not the quality of your equipment. Because I was making quality content back on YouTube while I was using a built-in webcam on a Dell XPS laptop, and you know, playing games from like 15 feet away. I was into my work. It's what half of it is. It's not the physical quality of your content. It's the I don't know how. It's not the quality. It's not about the quality of your equipment. It's about the quality of your content. That's what will get you noticed. It's not having a clear webcam, a clear microphone, and a nice PC. It's having a clear, conscious, engaging content and rewatchable personality.
Don't get me wrong. That is true, but it's also nice to have a good quality mic. Because who wants to hear a muffled, low bass mic?
Well, and also nobody wants to
exhausting?
hear like your fan get picked up, because right now my overhead fan's on and it's blowing air and it's not getting picked up by my mic, which granted XLR mic, but still, like,
Yeah.
for years I used the Blue Yeti. And
Bro, for years I used the Blue Snowball.
yeah, no, the Blue Snowball. If you want to talk about goats of budget builds, the Blue Snowball is a fucking goat and a half. I've seen people turn a Blue
really
Snowball
is.
into a studio like go head to head with a studio quality XLR mic and beat them. And it's absurd. If you can tweak it right, you can make that Blue Snowball sound like you're in a professional recording studio.
So, we're going to go over a list of from lowest to highest microphones.
Mm-hmm.
And
Price, cost wise.
yes, like quality to price is is 2 tiers. So we're going to do price first and quality after.
Mm-hmm.
And I have experienced most of these mics I'm about to list off. So honestly, the best mic I've ever used is what I'm using right now. It's a $60 mic.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear my fan, can't hear my PC, which is right next to me, which is blasting.
Yep.
You can't hear my mum when she's talking unless she's right next to me. Can't hear my dog barking. That's because it's a dynamic microphone. And what dynamic microphone means is, well, if I talk here, you can hear me. I can't. Basically, it's one directional. I have to. See if I can show you. So my mic. So here's a little tip for you. The way you want your microphone set up is you don't want it to be right in front of you.
Yeah, because you just
nasty.
you're really capping right now, and that was starting to get distorted.
So I always have my mic just past it, but I'm still talking into it. And it's a little trick. If you do that with your hand, put it to your chin and to your mic, it should be like that far away.
And I know you can't really see on stream, but like I can scrape my microphone right now. You can hear me scraping it.
Yeah, and that's how far you want your mic away from you, so you get the clearest audio possible. So this mic I'm using now is on Amazon, and it's $60. It's a Zingu 901. It's an XLR to USB.
And of course, everything will be down in the description. Whether you're on Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're listening or watching to this, you can go down to the description. We'll have links to all this stuff that we're going to say in the show down at the bottom.
That's why I said this episode might take a bit longer, because we've got a lot of stuff to go through.
We may have to split it down into 2 episodes. This may be Tech Episode Part 1, and then we get Tech Episode Part 2.
Yeah, we never know. We'll see what happens. But so I'm gonna put that around tier D for price and quality. Because don't get me wrong, it's not like, a Shure SM7B.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a mixer mic. It's not a studio mic. It's a streaming condenser mic. And so the next one I highly recommend is the HyperX Quadro S, or whatever it's called.
The Quadcast.
Yeah, the Quadcast S.
Yes.
I say the Quadcast S just because it's RGB, and as you can see, RGB's life. But that is also a dynamic mic. Same thing as this. It's really good, crystal clear. The only downfall is it needs to be directly in front of you.
Yeah.
So you're going to be peaking a lot. So you're going to have to adjust your audio levels. And that's going to cost you around 120 to 140, depending where you live.
Yeah, Dansky said he's going to be giving you prices in pounds. I can't be arsed to convert to USD.
Just Google conversion rate.
I think the Quadcast is like 200, 150 to 200. I think US. Yeah. If I'm correct.
Yeah, we'll just say give or take, like.
Yeah, and I think the Quadcast is straight USB, right? It is not XLR.
Yeah, it's straight USB. You can't use XLR on it.
And so right in that same area as the Quadcast is the Blue Yeti. I use that for years on end, and it's got different modes, which is fantastic. You know, it's got cardioid, it's got omnidirectional, it's got, you know, whatever it front to back, whatever the fuck that is. It's got a room mode, which is why a lot of streamers won't only just use it for streaming, but you see a lot of beginning ASMR streamers use it because it does have a mode where it'll pick up every little thing that you say.
It also has a built-in mute button, and you can adjust your gain on the mic.
on the mic. I still have it laying around here somewhere. I don't know where, but the only downside I really see to that is, even in cardioid mode, which should only pick up what's in this little cone in front of you, it picks up the cone in front of you and then behind you too. It doesn't cut off at like 6 inches. It'll pick up something here and in the cone behind me.
Yeah, and that's where you're gonna need a program called Voice Meter or Voice Meter Potato. It's a program that's a virtual mixer.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get into it because it's complicated as fuck. Basically, you can separate audio. You can basically separate audio channels from Discord, your game, your console, or whatever, and your mic.
right.
And you can adjust it. So you can turn your gain all the way up on your mic, and then adjust it and add an equalizer and a compressor and all that fancy smancy stuff that you can do in OBS or Streamlabs directly to your mic. Make it sound mwah. But like I said, it's really complicated to do, and just go look on YouTube on how to set it up if you want to know.
The only other downside to the Yeti 2 is it's very heavy. It is a heavy microphone. Yes. Finding a boom arm for that is a little difficult. There's either, of course, the branded boom arm, which is obviously more expensive, or there's the newer boom arm, which I'm still using for my new Blue microphone, the Blue Spark, but it's heavy duty. It can support that full weight of the Blue Yeti, because the Blue Yeti, while it is beefy and has multiple modes, it is a heavy microphone. It is very heavy, and I've dropped it a few times, but it still works after dropping it.
Yeah. Also, the branded boom arm that he's on about is called the Rode boom arm. That one is gas lifted.
Yeah, this is mine is spring lifted, and it's, you know what, if you look up boom arms, that, like, there are a lot of people out there that are looking for the least expensive boom arm that will support the Blue Yeti because it is a heavy microphone. You can find a bunch of them that people have tried and tested, and they work.
I can give Tyler a link to the one I'm using, which came with my Blue Yeti, and the thing hasn't fallen over yet. Only downfall is the gripper is kind of shit on it.
Yeah.
You know, where you spin it up and it's got like a little rubber bit at the top.
Right.
That does come loose, so once in a while you're gonna have to like push it back and tighten it up. But besides that, it's not it's not fallen over yet.
Yeah.
And I'll give Tyler a link to put it in the description if you want it. It's like $20 to $30.
Yeah. So from the Blue Yeti, we can kind of start segueing into XLR mics, and of course, when I switched off from my Blue Yeti,
there's one mic you're skipping,
which is
the Elgato Wave Mic.
So that's the weird like rectangle one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing: that is the cream of the crop of budget microphones. It's like the Yeti, but 100 times better. And if you want to hear sound comparison, go to YouTube and look up Blue Yeti versus Elgato Wave 3. The Wave 3 just knocks it out the park. But that's going to cost you around $200 to $250.
Right.
Which is cheap for a high-end microphone.
All things considered. Yes.
Yeah. But now we're going to get into the bit where it's going to cost you a bit more to-ching.
Yeah, so when I changed out of my Blue Yeti, which was strictly USB, I switched to an XLR mic. And that was the Blue Spark, because I know Blue was good. I was looking at Blue microphones and that's what I'm using now. That's what you're hearing. I'm trying to find a Blue Spark, trying to find the actual price, because I got it as a gift for my birthday from my wonderful mother-in-law, I think, or my father, one of the two. I got it as a present. Basically, that's trying to find it right now. So the Blue Spark, there it is. So most of the time, this is all used too. I don't know.
It's the blue Spark SL, right?
SL XLR, yes. So the one I
Yeah.
have, which is the blackout, or no, just the regular Spark SL, is 160. So not, cheaper than some of the USB mics, and it is XLR, and has,
I'd say that's like bottom tier XLR.
yeah, this is your first XLR microphone.
Yeah, this is like your cheap, very first XLR mic.
But still, sounds very well. You need you need an XLR to USB, which I use the Scarlett Solo 2. Very simple interface, one input, one output, easy to use. Direct monitor, and if you want to too, you could hook up a instrument via a 3.5 millimeter jack.
Also, while we're on the subject of like mixes and stuff,
Mhm.
one I do recommend, and is bit prices around $400, is a Go XLR.
Yeah, it's about 500 USD.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does not fully support USB microphones.
No, if you're gonna go into the Go XLR, that's your first little dive into XLR. Basically, with
Yeah.
USB microphones, you're good to just direct connect in and fiddle with the sound settings in like OBS or whatever
Windows
software
itself.
whatever software you use to get the audio just right. And it'll take you a while to get your audio settings.
Yeah, it took me about 3 months to get my mic sounding like this.
I still
Well,
deal with
there's-
audio
there is-
issues to this day. So
Hey guys, it's Dumpskull, aka Tyler from the Gassin Init podcast. Do you guys want to start your own podcast but don't know where to start? Well, head on over to anchor.fm and get started today for free. All you got to do is record your episode, upload it, and they'll get it out to all your major podcast platforms like Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and way more. All you got to do is head on over to anchor.fm, create an account, and start your podcast today.
There's one thing nobody tells you when you get a decent quality mic. That is to go into your sound settings and change your audio track. So you just right click your audio, click sounds, go to recording, and hold up. Right click it, go to properties, go to levels, to make sure it's on 100%. Then click advanced, and then where it says default format, change it from one channel to the highest one you can, which for me is DVD. But sometimes you'll be able to go above that.
I wonder what mine's at. I've never done that ever in my life. On sound settings, you're talking about. Let me see here. So you're talking about in microphone, right?
Yeah, so you just right click your audio, click sounds. Then recording, right click, properties.
Hold on.
Hmm.
So right click, open. Oh, sounds. There it is. Where is it? Communications or recording?
Recording.
Recording. Okay.
Then properties.
On properties on the microphone itself.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Advanced.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And then-
Yeah. So right now I have 2-channel studio quality 48,000 hertz.
Yeah, and is it? Yeah, is that the max you can go?
Max I can go is 2-channel 24-bit 96,000 hertz.
What quality is that? Studio quality, right?
That's just higher studio quality. So right now I'm at 48,000 hertz. I can double that to 96,000.
Yes. But here's the downfall. If you go too high, your mic will sound like absolute shit because it's peaking way too much.
So we're just gonna keep it there for now, and we'll experiment.
Well, yeah. So always go DVD when you first get your new mic. It will go from muffly underwater to crystal clear.
Yeah, there's a lot of settings you gotta putz with to get things right.
Yes. But above Tyler's mic is the same mic I want. And it's the same mic that a certain musician used, called, everyone knows him, Michael Jackson, used to record Thriller. Tyler, what mic do I want?
That is the Shure SM7B.
Yes. And here's the reason why. It's just hands down the best mic.
XLR.
Yes, it's the best XLR mic. But here's where things get a bit like, iffy with it. You need a cloud lifter. You need a mixer because there is no USB support. It's straight XLR. But the audio makes you jizz so hard. Oh my god. Like, you can literally have it directly to your mouth, and yeah. Just look up the Shortsum 7B sound test, and you'll also hear what I'm on about. Your ears will jizz from it.
Yep.
But that's going to cost you around 600. That's just for the mic alone. Then it's another 200 for the cloud lifter, then another 400 for the mixer / Go XLR.
Right.
So you're looking at over like nearly $1,000.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
$1,000 or over. You're getting close to bank calling you up because there's fraud activity going on, which has happened to me a few times. Fuck you, Twitch.
you're right. So
moving away from microphones.
So we've covered webcams. Well, we
Covered microphones.
right. We covered microphones. We can go with.
Let's go keyboards.
Okay. This
is all personal preference. By the way.
and because everybody has their preference between like mechanical and membrane and super clicky and
Hybrid.
silent, hybrid, 60%, 100%, mini. There's
TKL.
yeah, TKL. There's a lot. So what I currently run, and I love this, and I'm one of those people, I need a numpad. And it's not, I don't need a numpad for gaming. I need a numpad for everyday life. You know, I use the numpad. I use Unicode. There's just something about having 10 key right here. And you know, I could maybe have one of those ones that has a detachable 10 key, which is cool. But like, I live by my Rocket equipment. Rocket is made by Turtle Beach, which Turtle Beach has been around the gaming industry for a while. I remember seeing Turtle Beach back on Xbox 360, at least, if not before that. But that was my first introduction to Turtle Beach. I know they've been around for a long time. And
oh, right. So you know you're an OG, not an OG gamer, like an OG Xbox player. When you had to, do you know that SCART to was it AV cable for the back of the 360? So you plug it in and you plug it into your monitor, to your TV. Like
the S
red,
video?
yellow, and white. Like red, yellow, and white,
yeah.
3 prongs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could get game chat and all that. Well, you know, you're an OG when you had to do this. You had to take the casing off, plug it in, and then plug your HDMI in, then connect the 3 little red color thingies into your headset, then your headset into your controller.
Yep.
Just so you could hear and talk to game chat.
Yeah. So
those were the first days of me dealing with audio issues. And it hasn't stopped. So
I've dealt with a few keyboards in my days. And so far the Rocket, and I use the Rocket TKL 8, whatever this is, Vulcan. I think it's called the Vulcan. This thing, I don't think it's a TKL actually, I might be lying. I don't think it's TKL, but they do make a TKL version of this. But it's the Rocket Vulcan, and this thing, aluminum face, like they're not key caps, they're key like lids, I guess is what you call them, because they're not
raised.
Yeah, they're raised keycaps. They don't really have that pronounced of a side, and they have fairly silent switches because I'm not one of those people who wants to hear.
Yeah, what switches are they?
I have no idea what kind of color switches are on this because I have not swapped out any keycaps, any key lids. I'm not going to call them caps because they're not really caps. But let me find out.
Caps. They're just like raised and borderless.
Yeah, so the Rocket Vulcan AMO, which they do make a TKL Vulcan. Mechanical keyboard, because mechanical for life. I don't know how people do membrane keyboards. I don't understand.
I don't.
Also the people who sponsored some major streamers who, you know, have a mustache and a mullet. So they call it the Titan optical switch, which is so with Rocket, their switches and clicks, like same thing with my mouse, it's a Rocket as well, but they're like very kind of sensitive switches. I don't know, really, really quick actuation. So apparently there's either, and they're not tactile switches. I hate fucking, they're reds actually. So they're linear reds.
Alright, so whereas my keyboard is the Razer Huntsman Mini, and it is mechanical, but it isn't. It's linear.
Yeah,
meaning my actuation point is way quicker than any other keyboard.
My actuation is 1.4 millimeters.
Mine is 1.1.
Yeah.
So I literally just press it down ever so slightly and it's doing its thing.
Yeah, same.
And if you want to see the Razer Huntsman Mini, well, here it is.
Yeah, it's a very tiny keyboard comparatively to mine. Here, let me pull mine out. Good. So yours is, I gotta be careful. But like mine is definitely a lot bigger, like comparatively to my face, like my 10 key. So like I said, I would like my 10 key, but this thing's sturdy and it's low profile. Mine sits very low to the desk.
Yeah, so does mine. But mine is linear purple switches.
Yeah.
No, linear red.
Okay, so we have the same switches.
Yeah, we have the same switches, but I have a higher actuation point.
Right.
And the Huntsman, and I can confirm this, is faster than the what's the other fastest keyboard? It's over there in my closet.
Oh, it's like the special one, right? It's like the random off-brand.
No, it's the Meat Mices and headsets.
Not Razer. Well, you have the Huntsman Mini, so it's it's not Corsair, is it?
No.
Because the only keyboard brands I can think of are that Corsair. What's the random one? Kraken. I can't think of the other one.
Or I'll find it now.
Yeah, I can't remember. But before I used the Rocket, I had a Corsair K95 silent Strike. I don't even remember the name of it. I gave it off to my brother because I don't really need it. And also a lot of the stuff that I give him is secondhand. It was Corsair Strafe, that's what it was. Strafe RGB Corsair silent keyboard because I don't like, some people like the clickiness. I don't like the clickiness because I don't want to be playing games and have you guys hear. I don't like hearing clicks. I don't like hearing keyboard clicks, and I don't really like clicky key. Like a little minor click would be fine. Like just so I know I'm touching it, but I don't need clack 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 clack. As I'm keyboard.
SteelSeries Apex Pro.
There you go.
That was the fastest keyboard until this beauty came out, and gone downhill.
Yeah,
but I didn't like the. I already forgot the name.
So
that's how shit they are. I forgot the name. SteelSeries. The Apex Pro TKL is absolutely dog shit. The couple of my keys snapped within the first 2 minutes of me using it.
Yeah.
I mean, literally just snapped it off.
So before I did use the Corsair K95 Strafe RGB, which had like silent brown, I think, switches.
I remember that. I remember using that keyboard.
I had it, and again, it's you go for comfort over like what people tell you. This is all just our personal experience that we're sharing for you, so you can form your own opinions. But for by no means are we like, hey, this is the keyboard you want to use, because it's whatever.
Yeah, it's all personal preference. You get whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, and that's why I have 10 key on the side, and Dansky uses his 60%. And there are people that use, what is that, Acronis or whatever, the little hand one that has like the mappable keys or whatever. It's like the shit. It's like the shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the hand one. Yeah. The
I think it's Acronis, right?
No, that's where you plug your controller in and get aim system.
No, not Cronus. Cronus.
I think it's the Razer Viper.
No, you're thinking of that's the one that attaches to like your armrest and has like 15 programmable keys. I think it's a Cronus. I think it is. Maybe not. Maybe I need to find like, because one of my buddies, Beer Me TV, is left-handed. So like using, wants to use the mouse on his left hand and then right hand for keyboard. Yeah. And I don't distinctly remember like what. God, I'm trying to remember. It's like, it looks like a fucking hand.
Oh, I know what you're on about. Yeah.
I'm trying to find out what the fuck it is, and it's not the Razer Tartarus.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's not that. I know which one it is.
Oh, hey, wait, here it is. What is this? Azeron.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the Azeron, which also has a thumbstick on it and everything, and has programmable, and you can get it for your right hand. So if you're left hand dominant and want to use the mouse with your left hand, you can do that, which is kind of weird to me, but it is what it is.
So now we're going to quickly move on to mouses.
Mouses. Again, when I got my Corsair, I actually used did I use a Corsair mouse? Me personally, there's a lot of people there's always a big controversy between wired and wireless, latency, quickness, heavy and light, big and small, short, tall, RGB, plain, black, white. There's a lot. And again, we're going to tell you, go for comfort over what people tell you. We're just here to kind of help you form your opinions and give you our input of what we've used. Now, I need wireless. I started with wired, and I started with the Razer, whatever that one is, like the 12 key one.
Yeah.
I used one of those, and they kept breaking on me. The keys stopped working after a few months, and I don't know what it was, but it's always good to have, like, if you're an MMO player, like, 12 key all the way. Find one of those, whether it's that or I think Corsair makes the Scimitar, which has the same thing, which has a movable 10 key. Razer also makes like the one with the detachable side panel.
One.
The modular one.
So
and again,
here's one thing to always remember: how heavy do you want your mouse?
Yeah.
So I've had more mouses than numbskull here. I went through like 5 mouses in a space of 2 months.
I went through 5 mouses in the space of 8 years, so yeah.
Yeah. So I've gone from Corsair. I went from Razer, Corsair, SteelSeries, Logitech. I've been through pretty much all the brands. I've even had some unnamed brands.
I have not messed with SteelSeries. The mouse for me.
Good, you don't want to waste the money. The mouse for me is the Logitech G Pro Lightspeed X Superlight. 67 grams. Light as fuck. And is wireless.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also had, have you heard of it? The Model O.
Yeah.
Do not get the Model O if you want a light mouse. The side buttons broke on me within 2 weeks of buying it.
Mm-hmm.
This cost me £120. And I'm loving it. I did have an issue where it kept disconnecting from the USB, but something Logitech don't tell you, plug your USB receiver into a 3.0, not a 2.0.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I don't know why I didn't realize it's fucking obvious. You're using wireless, so you need fast speed. So 3.0 you want to go.
Yeah, so with my mouse, I started out, well, actually, technically, I started out with a little shitty $20 Dell combination wireless keyboard mouse, which was like a little shit one.
I was using Amazon Basic mouse, bro.
Yeah, basic. And then when I actually finally got a legit gaming mouse, it was that Razer 12 key. I forget what the name of it is, but the 12 key one. And I used a couple of those before I decided to start going wireless. And then when I went wireless, I found that Logitech had the G602, which is it's a big beefy mouse. And I'm not a small guy. I've got pretty sizable oven mitts for hands. And it was good. It's got a nice little contour if you have a bigger hand, and of course it's got programmable buttons, but also has a DPI on the fly switch. But the only problem is that DPI on the fly switch for the G602 is right, like, it's carved out of the left click button, and there's an up and a down, which again, changing DPI on the fly is a fantastic thing. Except
when you accidentally hit it in a gunfight.
Yes, but I'm glad I don't have that anymore. So after that, go ahead.
If you're looking, to get a wireless mouse, and you decide to go with one of ours too, my mouse doesn't have a DPI button at all. So you're gonna need to download the G-Hub app, but it's got onboard memory.
Yeah.
So stick your DPI, save it, close the app, never open it again.
So when I discovered Rocket, I got the Rocket. Oh God, was it I forget which Rocket. I keep forgetting which, like, the mouse I had, and I just handed it off to my brother too when I got this new one. Rocket Cane, I think it is. Kain. Yeah, the Rocket Cane, which is a wireless mouse, and it was 110 grams. Ooh. But wireless for me is the way to go, because I'm one of those players who does big sweeping arm motions. I'm not a minor wrist movement player.
Yeah, you're not a high DPI player.
No, I'm actually a very low DPI player. I'm talking like 550 to 600.
Yeah, I play around 750 to 800.
Yeah, I just can't. I like my bigger arm motions and everything. And
I only play it that just because, like, my third monitor is right here, and my hand used to always hit my third monitor. So I had to bump up my DPI so I have a bit more, room not to hit my monitor. Does that make sense?
Yes. And then after having that Rocket, I was like, you know what? Let me try something lighter. And my God, the Rocket Cone Pro Air, which is what I have now, which is this, and it's 77 grams. It's not as light as yours, but it is going from 110 to 77 is a huge difference. And of course,
so imagine if you went from 110 to 67 like that.
Well, yeah, and even like most of these wireless mice too, they have the little, like, little hexagon patterns in them to help, reduce with, like, weight. So this thing is like
ours doesn't.
This one does. This one has a little hexagon pattern to help kill some of the weight, so it's not solid plastic. It's hexagon.
The only issue with hexagon pattern is sweat can get onto the motherboard and it would stop working after a bit.
The good thing about this, so the one I had, the other wireless one, had a DPI button right on top, right in the middle of the two clicks at the bottom. This one actually has a profile changer on the bottom. So if I want to change it on the fly, I got to press this button and all that greatness. But still, if you're an FPS player, going from a heavy mouse to a lighter mouse is definitely a game changer. And I would suggest wireless. I don't know how people do wired with a bungee. Wireless is just the way to go. This thing has, 48 hours of battery life on one charge. And auto shut off.
Like 60.
I think 48. It may even be 100. I don't even know. Like,
and with my mouse is when it's low, the little light on it will start flashing red when it's about 15.
So the Cone Pro Air, which is $100, by the way, either at Best Buy or on Rocket's website, and some people say Rocat. It's Rocket, ROCCAT. It's Rocket. I've actually looked up and asked them how to.
Yeah, if you wonder what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to find something.
Excuse me, 75 grams, not 77, 75. But the cool thing is, too, is not only is it a wireless, it's not only wireless, but you can also change it to Bluetooth mode. So this has Bluetooth as well. And it's NVIDIA Reflex compatible. So even less latency.
Oh, I have seen. Oh, is that it? Have I found it? I have found it.
So the only thing I'm trying to see is what their actual battery, 100 plus hours of battery life. So yeah, mine is 100 plus too, on one charge, 75 grams, Bluetooth or wireless. Obviously wireless would be better response time. And then NVIDIA Reflex verified. So if you have NVIDIA Reflex, you can be even quicker on it. And I don't know if it's that or if I just took so much time off of Call of Duty that I'm good, but have I been frying in Call of Duty like a monster with this wireless lightweight thing?
Especially with my new recoil Krieg build.
I was frying yesterday with the M4.
Yeah, no, I'm saying me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Since I got this mouse, my aimbot levels have gone from about 10 to getting banned.
So
I only got suspended once.
So I would highly suggest finding what works for you. Like, go to Best Buy. Best Buy's got mice on display. Just hold it, see what feels best in your hands. Me and Dansky obviously highly recommend wireless, but if you really want wired, you can go with it.
Yes. And if you're in the UK, you can go to Couriers and they've got mouses on display you can hold.
Exactly.
Just remember to sanitize before and after.
Stop the spread.
Yes.
But yeah, no, one of those things, just whatever feels good to you. We're only here to give you loose suggestions. We don't need you to, Numbskull or Dansky told me to get this mouse, so I'm going to do it. No, go with what feels comfortable with you. You got to understand, even with me, that I've only found stuff that worked for me after like 6 to 7 years of being on mouse and keyboard. Like, it's stuff that take time to build up. We said at the beginning of the stream, and we'll kind of say this to wrap this stream because we're going to have to do a part 2 on a different day of our tech episode. Our Tech-pisode is...
before we end now, I quickly want to jump onto GPUs just before we end.
GPUs?
I just want to say a couple things before we end.
Okay.
Do not get the 3070. Do not get the 3060. This is why. Tyler will 100% agree with me here. I have a Ryzen 9 3900X with a 3070 and 32 gigs RAM. I can play Call of Duty for 3 weeks.
Yeah, you could.
Because I was at 4 FPS.
Just wait. They're coming out with the 40 series. 20 series is cheaper too. You can even run on a 1660 or 1650 and be fine.
Like, the 3070 is they say it's 20% faster or something around there. It's not, it's 2%.
Yeah.
Then a 2080 Ti. Go with the 2080 Ti.
Yeah. Stick with the 20 series. You don't need the latest and greatest. You need the tried and true, tested and proven.
Plus, honestly, good luck with trying to find one with a silicon shortage.
Yeah, exactly. And the capacitor shortage, yeah.
Yeah, so just go with an older one, not as old as like a 10 series.
But we're gonna end this episode the same way we said it. These are loose suggestions as to what you should be using. Again, go with comfort over everything. If you feel like a 60% is not right and you need that 10 key like I do, stick with 10 key. If you want a wireless with a mouse bungee, and next episode we'll get into like headsets and everything because obviously there's a lot out there and there's a lot to say. Again, go with comfort over what people tell you. Like, if you
go with comfort over features, basically.
Exactly. Whatever feels good and right to you or what you like. Because if you like what you have, it's going to show through in your content. And that's the most important thing, is making sure your content is believable and good. Not
just because a big streamer has a $2,000 mic doesn't mean you need to.
Just because a big streamer has Sennheiser fucking headphones does not mean you need them. You could find a good wireless headset for $150. Rig.
For $100, HyperX Cloud Flights wireless.
Yes, I rocked with the HyperX Cloud 2s for the longest time, and they were great. But we will end this episode off. Big shout out to all you guys listening. And of course, you can get this anywhere. If you're listening on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you consume your podcast content. And then, of course, on video here on YouTube, either on my channel, youtube.com/numbskulltv, and hopefully in the near future, youtube.com/Gassin Init. We'll see. But you can always catch me on youtube.com/numbskulltv, which is where you're watching this, or you can catch Dansky.
Twitch.tv Twitch.tv/DanskyTV. By the way, you're not going to be watching this on his channel, you're going to be watching it on the Gassin Init podcast channel. Same with all the other previous episodes.
Yes, I need to get all those episodes uploaded. The first 4 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes are not going to have our face.
5.
No,
Five.
I'm talking about ones with face cameras. We didn't do face cams for like the first 3 or 4.
Yeah, they're going to upload them all.
Well, yeah, obviously I'm going to upload them all, but wherever you consume your podcast stuff or over on YouTube, we appreciate you guys tuning in and everything. For the Angry Bit Dansky TV, I am Numbskull. Thank you so much. Until next week. Peace.